What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to O'Leary's Garden, where life is a garden. Today we're going to have a little talk about pesticides. Trust in nature. The problem with pesticides, not just in modern ag, but using them in your own backyard. So, if you are having or have had some problems with pests in your garden, and you're thinking about spraying, I want to put some ideas in your head first. I want you to think about the implications of spraying from the standpoint of natural systems and natural selection. It's real, folks. So when you spray, just like a virus dealing with people, those who are immune to the virus or are able to overcome it survive and reproduce. That is natural selection. When you spray, you are acting as your spray is acting as a catalyst. You're kickstarting evolution for that pest and encouraging it to become more resistant to your sprays, to your forms of control, which will make your life a living hell. So now you're fighting this battle that's constantly, you're fighting an uphill battle. Nature will always have the upper hand. So by trying to fight nature with a chemical in a bottle, you're going to get your ass kicked. That's not what you want. You want a productive garden. The way to get that, I've said this before, is by diversification. So the answer to combating pest problems, again, is diversification. Plant a bunch of different shit. When we have problems in a cornfield, we've got acres and acres of corn. So if you've got a pest that likes corn, it's gonna go to that spot and it's gonna reproduce like crazy because it's got an infinite amount of food. Now if you've got a garden plot like the one I showed you at my house, I've got everything thrown in together. I know it ain't the prettiest thing. It looks like a little mini forest. It's pretty to me. I like the woods. Maybe you'll have a little bit of pests here and there, but they're going to smell tomatoes, and they're going to smell sweet potatoes and eggplants and all kinds of stuff. Whatever you throw in your plot, they're going to be smelling all that stuff. It's going to confuse them. So you're not going to have this blow up of one particular pest. And if you do, you have so many different types of food packed into that space that it doesn't matter that much. It's the same idea of not putting all your eggs in one basket. Don't fill all your acres with one crop. Put different stuff in there. They're fail-safes. They're insurance policies, redundancy. That's what we try to design into our lives as preppers. Do the same thing with your garden. Treat your garden the same way. Treat your entire life the same way. Diversify. Even your retirement portfolio. Diversification, right? I don't know nothing about the retirement stuff or investments or anything like that, so don't let me try and sound like I do, because I don't know shit about it. But I know that those guys say diversification sometimes. But it makes sense. If one fails, you got another one to fall back on. That's why we made twins. So if one of them's a shithead, the other one won't be. That's the way it's going to go. Found out today that they're fraternal, by the way. Totally unrelated. But that means we could have one boy and one girl, which is awesome, because that's what I was hoping for. I always wanted to have one of each, because I think they're different types of love. Love for a son and love for a daughter. And I just wanted to experience them both. So anyway, sorry, it got dark. Now I got the shadow face deal. When you're gardening, you're taking a part in creation. You're playing a role in creation. You're putting your hands in nature. So don't fight nature in that endeavor. Work with her. If she gives you problems, take it as a mistake. If you got an issue, pest-wise, plants aren't doing good. I mean, if your plants aren't doing good, you tend to willfully accept that you must have done something wrong, right? Or, you know, something is wrong. It's the same thing with pests. Chemicals are not the answer. Nature thrives. Forests thrive without chemicals and human intervention. So don't think that your garden needs that kind of human intervention, man-made substances, to thrive. They don't. They do not need it. And you are starting yourself on a battle that you will never, ever win. So don't do it. Listen to what she's telling you and try something else. There's no answer. This is nature we're talking about, people. We're just monkeys with hats on. We don't got the answers. The answer is to listen. Pay attention. Pay attention to what's happening. Try some other things and see what else happens. That's how you learn everything else. Trial and error. So plant a bunch of different stuff. Shit. Plan for redundancy and resiliency. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Try some different things. If this one doesn't work out, if your tomatoes get blight, or your eggplants don't work, your potatoes don't set tubers, tweak something. Try it again next year. But put a bunch of stuff in the same plot so that if that happens, you still get tomatoes. You still get peppers. Whatever it is. Whatever you plant them on top of each other so that if one fails, you still get a crop. This is not the most practical thing if you're using machinery. If you are using machinery, then I don't have the answers for you. But this works in a garden setting. This works in a raised bed. This works in your backyard. And it's the way to go. Because all of that diversification helps prevent pests. I did not have any in that little plot this year. None. And I barely had to weed. And then you've got all these different things taking up different types of minerals and nutrients in the soil. And when fall time comes, or the end of the season for that plant comes, chop and drop. Let her go right back into the soil. So everything that it dug up, you return. That's a permaculture principle. Return of surplus. Pesticides are bad. In addition to all this other stuff, you don't want that shit on your food. If you're going to spray it on your food, you're going to eat it. If it's designed into the genetics of your food, you're going to eat it. Stop eating shit. With that, this has been another episode of O'Leary's Garden talking about stuff. And if you would like to see more of these videos and you like the work we're doing, please help support us by doing your Amazon shopping at O'LearyLink.com. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.